Hello, this is Lauren from the African Life. We're live at Uprising, and this man needs no introduction whatsoever. I mean, this is the great Capleton. Sawubona, Capleton.
Sawubona.
Unjani.
Niyapila.
Oh, brother. He's done it perfectly. You know, this is African 101 language lesson. And how are you feeling today after your show?
Well, definitely great, you know what I mean, because it was a great show. People are definitely into it. A lot of energy, you know what I mean. Blessing is strong, you know what I mean. The glory is effective, you know, the people received, the reception was definitely great, you know what I mean. Yeah man.
No, that's good. In terms of looking back on your travels, how has your tour been so far, like in to date?
Well, the tour is definitely great, you know what I mean. I always bring it to my fans. Everywhere I go and perform, everywhere I went, the people say it's the best show ever, you know what I mean, and I always give it my all, you know what I mean, and it's all about the love of the music, you know what I mean, so, you know, when we go out there, you know, we give the fan the energy, we make the fan want to see us again, you know what I mean, yeah, so it's definitely a joy, it's going great, everywhere I go. I did some of the biggest festivals in Europe. I was at the Reggae Guild, I was at the No Logo, name it goes on and on, from Italy to France to Sweden, you know, all over. Germany, you know, it's great. Belgium. Yeah man, the people definitely receive the music, and you know, it's a giant blessing, you know. We have to give thanks for this great music, you know. It's music of inspiration, you know. It's music of aspiration. It make, you know, it keep the less fortunate focused, you know. The people that are suppressed and oppressed by the system, and it bring all nations together under one banner, singing the same song, you know. So, you know, this music's a love, it's a unity, it's a salvation, it's a redemption, it's a repatriation, it's a reparation, it's a self-esteem, self-awareness, self-reliance, self-thought, self-control, self-respect, it's a discipline, diligence, humility, tolerance, and ultimately self-determination, you know what I mean? And it's His Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie I, you know, so, you know, Marcus Garvey, you know, Emmanuel, you know, all of these great warriors, and, you know what I mean, give thanks to His Majesty as the Kings of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of Tribe of Judah, the Most High, who really, you know, save the world with his message and his word, you know what I mean? Because if we even listen to the music through Bob Marley come and say until the philosophy, you know what I mean? And most people don't know that it's a speech of His Imperial Majesty. I know what people will say, yeah, Bob Marley, and you know what I mean? But Bob Marley always appoint them to His Imperial Majesty, you know what I mean? So we give thanks to the powers of Rastafari too, where make I say myself on a natural aspect, so we never get caught up in the illusion and the mythology and the fantasy, you know what I mean? And you know, and we give thanks for this music, because the same music come and fight against apartheid and fight against Babylon, you know what I mean? Fight against injustice and inequality and the manipulation and the death without dignity and the exploitation, and you know, name it, it goes on, the racism, the visa restriction, and you name it, you know what I mean? So this is the music, you know what I mean, that the people look forward to in order for strength, for courage, you know what I mean? For faith, you know? Yeah man.
And in terms of your career, what has been the most memorable moment on stage, or what has been the most memorable moment that you've ever had to date?
But there are so many memorable moments, you know what I mean? So many, you know what I mean? I can't even say, you know, it's too much, you know what I mean? I can't, you know what I mean? You know, I've been to so many places where, you know, people like, the bands came off stage, right? The bands, they pack up, they plug out, they come back with their keyboard, their guitar, you know what I mean? The people want more music. They have to go back on stage, you know, and that happened like more than 10 times, you know, different places in the world, you know. So there's so many memorable moments. I've been to places where I lose stuff, like, you know, I leave my coat, and then when I come off stage, my coat disappear, you know. It's a joy, same way, you know what I mean? You know, it's love of the music and how people love the music, you know what I mean? I've been on stage where, you know, the rain is falling heavy, and, you know, as I go on stage, you know, the rain stopped, you know, the sun came out, rainbow came out, you know, so there's so much memorable moments, it's a lot, you know what I mean? So much, so much, so much. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I know that you've traveled. You've had shows on almost every single corner of this earth. What would you say? Do you feel that there's a different vibe between Africa, Jamaica, and Europe?
Well, well, Africa definitely love the music with a passion. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jamaica love the music too. Knowing that they are the creator for the music and whatever. Which we are same Africans, but you know what I mean? Africa definitely have a passion for the music. It's different. Yeah, Africa is different. No matter how your security is adequate, people will come on the stage. That happened in the Caribbean too. But Africa is definitely different. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's great. My next question to you was, what is your feeling on repatriation? Yes, you've been to Africa,
Yeah.
but what has your feeling on repatriation always been?
Well, Africa, we're just creators, yes, and if we can repatriate and go to Africa and develop, whatever, whether you want to involve in mining or farm in our building or whatever, you know what I mean, as long as you're going to Africa to develop. Because people think you can repatriate to Africa with your two lands, and it's not like that. You know what I mean? So you have to make people know that going to Africa, you have to go to Africa with something. You know what I mean? And you have to think about development. Yeah.
What is your feel on the new dancehall culture?
But there's no new dancehall culture, you know what I mean? I don't understand. And if you're talking about reggae revival, I don't know about the revival either. Because, when something needs to be revived, it's like it's deteriorated or it's dead. And reggae have never been dead. You understand? And look at all these great men and all these great icons and great pioneers. Is their work still live on? You know what I mean? And then you can't make it look like people wasn't before you who set and leave the footprints on the sands of time. So even you could get to emulate. So the work is just continuing. And just carry on the work, you know what I mean? New youth will rise, the music evolve. You understand? It is expansive, there is no limit to the music. But the foundation that have been set, no one can move that. And it's remain. Yeah.
And what is your message to the youth back home in Africa and the youth around the world?
Well, just, try to go to school when you get the chance. Your education is important. Unity is definitely a factor, you know what I mean? And, you have to be focused, you have to know what your goals are, stay away from crime, stay away from drugs, you know what I mean? Stay away from injustice, inequality, manipulation, that without dignity. You know what I mean? Be strong, be firm, be positive. As I said before, always remember self-esteem, self-awareness, self-reliance, self-thought, self-control, self-discipline. Always remember humility, tolerance, discipline, diligence. Always be yourself, you know what I mean? Know what your goals are, reach out for them, you know what I mean? Yeah, be courageous. It's a battlefield and it's a struggle. And in life, nothing come easy. It have to be a struggle, you know what I mean? These are they who pass through great tribulation, you know what I mean? I grew on the plantation with the slave master, so I know what it is like. I live physical slavery, not only mental. Some people, fortunate enough, they only live a mental side of slavery. I live it both ways. You understand? Until I emancipate myself from mental slavery through music and through the powers of Rastafari. And through me refuse not to stoop to the limitation in Babylon or accept the stripping of the royalty and say, yes, it is all good. But take time out to analyze and calculate. Run surveys. Remember where my ancestors them go through. Remember what my ancestors went through. You know what I mean? All the struggle and the pain that they bear, you know what I mean? So, we couldn't come loose up the thing in Babylon. We'd have to come stand up on our feet and come defend it, you know what I mean? We know say it's a battlefield and it's a Gideon, it's a revolution and it's a revelation as well. And you know what I mean? We just have to keep the fire burning. And when we say fire, we don't want people to misinterpret us and take it on a destructive level. Because when we say fire, we don't say to burn up the one, or we don't say go burn up people, or we don't say go kill people. When we say fire, fire is all about being yourself, know who you are. You know what I mean? It's all about stand up for justice, stand up for righteousness, stand up for upliftment, you know what I mean? Be yourself, know who you are, know where you're coming from, Keep the fire burning, be strong, be wise, Yeah, man.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so very much.
It's a blessing, I want to bless up my people back home in Africa, it's a joy. I went to Zimbabwe, it was great. I went to Gambia, I went to Guinea. I passed through Ethiopia, I didn't perform, but the joy was great. You know what I mean? Addis Ababa, you know what I mean? Senegal. You know, I've been, yeah, man, everywhere in Africa I went, it's a great joy. You know, the people always receive me. You know what I mean? And the message is very strong, you know. And, you know, you can see that sense of liberation, you know. When we pass through, you know, you can feel the energy and the vibe for the people, you know what I mean? Yeah, and so, you know, me going back to Africa, it's all about re-education, rejuvenate, you know what I mean? Reassess and, you know, reassure and, you know, reserve and, you know. So it's all about the blessing, man.
Well, Capleton, we'd like to say thank you so very much for affording us this opportunity.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing and a pleasure.
All the best on your future tours. All the best on your new projects. And by the way, what will we be expecting from you sometime in the future?
In Africa?
No, in terms of your projects, in terms of your album, CD.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the studio working on a new album now, you know what I mean? So you can look out for that. And I'm saying when. I don't want to say it coming then, and you know what I mean? Just look out for it. Yeah. It's coming, all right? And I want to do a jingle for African Life.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man. Rastafari bless. Ready? A million miles and more I tried to slew the beast, yeah. A million miles and more, they all will get defeat, yeah. 'Cause I will rise and stand up firm on my feet, yeah. Babylon I get defeated. Tell them I can't cool, it's the African life, yeah. Tell them it's the African life. Stand up for justice and equal rights, yeah. Turn up the fire, make it light. Yeah, this is the King of Fire, keeping it locked to the African life. You don't know. Blessing up the Africans, keeping it burning. Africa, here I come, one of your son, burning Babylon down. Africa, here I come, one of your son, burn the evil down. Yeah, African life, keep the fire light. More fire. This is the King of Fire, keeping it locked to the African life. More fire.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was Capleton. Thanks, and may God bless you on everything that you do. Wow.